Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 19 of the Lewis Cooper Experience podcast experience. Here is stunning Steve Austin, and there he is. Got a Hollywood Blondes jacket on, WCW tag team belt, pretty cool figure. It's Austin but with hair. If you're not familiar with him, this is like early 90s Steve Austin, not Stone Cold Steve Austin that he would go on to be. But yeah, pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to talk about that today. Just had him to hand. I wanted to talk about three things today, one of which is some figures, and the other two are other things. One is the film Promising Young Woman, and one is the latest episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, or The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So if you're here for one of those things, I'm going to talk about Promising Young Woman first, so you can listen to that. I'm not going to do spoilers, because I want people to watch it without knowing too much. And The Falcon and the Winter Soldier I'll do afterwards, so if you want to skip to that, if you don't care about this film, then skip ahead a few minutes or whatever. I might put timestamps in, I might not, who knows. So I watched Promising Young Woman last night because it was on Sky Cinema or Now TV, which is the streaming thing that I have, and I've been looking forward to it for a while because it's one of the big Oscar movies this year, which I've been working my way through, and they're here and there. They're hard to find because, you know, in olden days you just go to the cinema and see films, but now you can't do that. So I've been keeping a track in my little notepad of what films are on what streaming services. So like Minari was on Prime, and that was a costly rental. Sound of Metal was on Prime, and that was included with Prime. I've done a review of that, so if you want to watch that, just look on my channel, because nobody else has watched it. It's got about 7 views, and at least 3 of them were me checking stuff, so yeah, so, you know, give it a watch. It's a pretty good review, I think. What was I saying? Yeah, but anyway, yeah, Promising Young Woman popped up on Sky, which is really cool, because I've got Now TV, like I said, and I can just watch that, and I really liked it. I thought it was good. It's not like my favourite so far, but I think it's good. I really like Carey Mulligan. She's the main actress in it, and it's one of those films where I started watching it and I was like, oh, this person's in it, great. She's great, by the way. She's Oscar nominated for it, and I don't think she'll get it. I think Viola Davis will, but I think it's very worthy of it. I mean, I know awards are all kind of nonsense, but I like getting involved in them. I don't watch sports, so this is kind of like sports for me, acting awards and stuff. It's also got Bo Burnham in it, which I forgot about until the other day, and I love Bo Burnham. I love his stand-up stuff. I just like him as a person. I think he's very witty. He directed a film called 8th Grade that I thought was really good, and yeah, I think he's great, and he's really good in this. He's been nominated for a few awards, not the Oscar, but quite a few awards leading up to this, which is pretty cool. And he's they're quite good together when they have scenes together. They're quite a quirky kind of odd pairing sort of thing, but they're good. But the film is quite offbeat for quite a serious subject matter, because it's kind of about like rape culture, and about, I mean, that word came out of nowhere, didn't it, if you didn't know that was coming, and how men behave towards women. So, and a lot of people saying it's like a feminist movie, and a lot of people saying like it goes too far or something. I don't really get involved in all that. I don't care. Like, I just want to see it as a film, and if there's comments on society in it, then that's fine. And I will say, it does make you think about your own behaviour as a man, and how, you know, how you make women feel, even if you don't feel like you're being inappropriate. Sometimes you kind of go, actually, that probably wasn't cool of me to do that or say that or whatever. And it's important to think about these things, especially in the time we're living in, where things are rapidly changing and attitudes are changing. But as a movie, I thought it was good. It's some heavy subject matter, but it doesn't get too much into it in terms of graphic nature. In some ways, it's kind of, you know, it's probably a little bit, it's not for the squeamish. I wouldn't say it's overly kind of violent or anything, but, you know, there's a few bits that might be a bit uncomfortable viewing. But like I said, it's a really good lead performance by Carey Mulligan, and the supporting cast, like her parents are Clancy Brown and Jennifer Coolidge, which is really cool, because I love seeing Clancy Brown in anything, and I like Jennifer Coolidge as well, and it's just cool when people like that pop up and you kind of go, oh yeah, that's brilliant, I know who they are. But yeah, it's a really good film. Like I said, I've been quite vague about it because I don't want to say too much. I think if you've got the means to watch it, I think it's worth a couple of hours of your time. I think it's quite a good film. Just be wary, it might be a bit triggering for some people depending on your own life experiences and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's my review of Promising Young Woman. Oh, sorry, I just got a weird text message from someone that made me feel weird. Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 5, the penultimate episode. Love that word. I thought this was a very good episode. I've loved this show. I didn't think I would. I thought I'd enjoy it, but because these, as I said before, these characters aren't necessarily my favourites, but I've really enjoyed it. I think I see a lot of people saying stuff about it, saying it's boring or whatever, but I've never thought that. And this episode was just, there was quite a bit of just cool stuff with them just working on a boat, and I was like, yeah, I'm here for this. This is great. And it was an hour long, and it's the longest episode yet. But I really like it. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I mean, watch it first, then come back. Yeah, I really liked it. A bit of action at the start with the aftermath of Captain America and his actions, John Walker's actions, because we can't call him Captain America. And I love that this, like I said before, this whole series has been like a backdoor pilot, which is a great expression of John Walker's origin story. And as I said before, John Walker, US Agent, is one of my favourite kind of third tier Marvel characters, and I think he's really cool, and I like what they've done with him, and I really like Wyatt Russell as an actor as well. But I'm guessing that Falcon in the briefcase from Wakanda has some kind of Captain America Falcon vibranium suit, which is probably going to look really cool, which I'm looking forward to. And yeah, I don't know really know what happened to that, because Bucky asked them for a favour, and then got an itchy back, and then he just kind of, did they knock that together overnight? Did they have it with them? But they're Wakandans, they can do whatever they like. But yeah, this is a really good episode. It's I enjoyed Batroc the Leaper coming back as played by GSP George St. Pierre, who I really like in general. And I can't take Batroc seriously anymore because he's really silly in one of the Spider-Man cartoons. He's very French, and it kind of ruined him for me. But he's still a cool little random character. But yeah, not a lot to say about this week's episode really. I just enjoyed it. It's kind of almost like a stopgap until the finale, but not in a bad way. I think it's kind of cool just hanging out with these characters. I like Bucky and Sam using the shield and kind of learning it, because that would be really dangerous. If you don't have superpowers or super soldier powers, throwing that thing around, it bouncing back at you, that'll just decaffeinate you. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, Falcon's just a guy who's really good at fighting and stuff with a shield. He's not like a super soldier or anything. He does that crazy capoeira stuff, which I don't think I've seen him do before, like the guy from Tekken 3. But Eddie Gordo, that was his name, wasn't it? Let me know. But yeah, and I really was surprised by, again, spoilers, the Julia Louis-Dreyfus cameo, and she was really cool. I think her character I'm not too familiar with. She's got a long name that I can't remember, but I think she was like Madam Hydra at one point, and I don't know if they're going to go with that, but I think she's been a few things in the Marvel universe. They're getting into such deep territory now that there's characters that I don't even know as a big time comic book nerd, so it's pretty cool. I'm down with that. Yeah, I thought her character was great. I liked the card that had nothing on it. I thought that was brilliant, and her whole demeanour and the way she carried herself, that was one of the highlights of the episode for me. And then the post credits, we had John Walker knocking his own shield together, which is cool. I swear, if next episode he comes out with the black US Agent Captain America suit, I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be like top tier for me now. This is gonna be up there with The Sopranos as my favourite TV shows. It won't be, but it was still elevated in my mind. But yeah, I thought it was a good episode. I think this show is really good, and I think 6 episodes is perfect. I don't like series that go on for too long. I want about 8 episodes mainly in most series, especially of this nature. 6 is beautiful. I thought WandaVision was probably a bit too long, maybe 2 episodes or so, but this is cool. But yeah, that's my review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5. Thanks. And lastly, picked up a couple of figures this week. So I try and stay away from Marvel Legends because they do the Build-A-Figure thing. So if you buy one, you end up buying like all 6. But I've been pretty good with some. I'll pick up the odd one. I got this X-Men Magneto figure in his white suit. They're based off of, you can see, House of X, the newer comics in the line, which have been really cool because I kind of lost it with X-Men for a while. I like the movies, but there was just a lot, and it kind of killed my interest in X-Men. And I started reading the more recent comics a little while ago, a year ago, and then I got derailed. So then they started doing, I brought like a collected edition of House of X, Powers of X, and I enjoyed it. So I didn't fully understand it, I won't lie, but I still enjoyed it. But yeah, you can see some of the art on the back there. There's the other characters in the line, and it builds like a Tri-Sentinel, but I won't get all of them. Yeah, I've got Wolverine as well. I'm not a massive Wolverine guy, but he's a cool character. I like the throwback to the kind of the brown and yellow suit, which I think is one of my favourite Wolverine suits. But he's a cool figure. Comes under the head. He's the one that doesn't include any builder figure parts, because I think a lot of people will probably just buy him because it's Wolverine. But yeah, you can see on the back the other figures in the line. I'll most likely get Cyclops, I think, and Professor X, because I like his helmet. I'll probably won't get any other ones, not because I'm a sexist. I'm only getting the male characters, and that's not me being sexist. They're just the figures I like the most. I mean, Moira McTaggart is a cool character in the comics. She has a cool little gimmick, but you know, she's just a woman in a little hat. Like, why do I want that as a figure? I do like the classic Marvel girl costumes, to be fair. But yeah, I'm definitely going to take these out of the box. Probably now, do some photos and stuff. Magneto and Wolverine have quite good potential for photos together, because even though they're on the same side in this comic, Wolverine's a bad fight for Magneto, or rather, Magneto's bad for Wolverine, because Wolverine's got loads of metal in him, hasn't he? And Magneto controls metal, so I'm trying not to say it Magneto, you know, it's like a cornetto, but yeah. Anyway, I got them, yeah. So, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please leave a like if you want. I don't really think it makes any difference, does it? But it's just nice for me to look at and go, oh look, 3 likes. Appreciate that. Thanks guys. Takes you a second, doesn't it, if that. Please subscribe. I've just seen I lost 2 subscribers, and that's really upsetting. That's upset me quite a lot. That's ruined my day. So if you haven't subscribed, I mean, I know only this far, only my mum and probably Dave and maybe Rob have watched so far, so I appreciate that. Thanks guys, thanks mum. And yeah, what was I saying? Leave a comment. I don't know, I'm tired. Yeah, thanks very much. Have a good Christmas or whatever. Thanks, bye.